Good afternoon, everyone. I will be, as the co-chair presiding for Mr. Ortiz until he gets here. I will be calling the meeting to order. It is now 5:11. Will everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. You may be seated. Now, can we please have roll call?
Sandra Cavazos Ayala,
Present.
Victor Villarreal, he's running late, absent for now. Rosneo Villarreal,
Present.
Esmeralda Rodriguez,
Present.
virtual. Roberto Ortiz, he's running late, he's not here yet, absent. Angelica Salinas,
Present.
Mario Lorenzo Lopez,
Present.
Rosa Maria de Llano,
Present.
Etelvina Perez,
Present.
we have a quorum.
Thank you, Angie. Citizens' comments?
None.
All right, minutes. At this time, let's go to item number 5. If you can take a few minutes to review the April 24 minutes of the Advisory Committee of Laredo Public Library. Here it is. For the record, Mr. Robert Ortiz is here, and he will continue with the meeting.
Hi.
I pass it
Sorry.
back to you, sir.
Oh, thank you,
We're-
hello
we're-
everybody.
We're reviewing the minutes at this time, and nobody has made a motion to
No,
approve.
I do,
Hello.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as they are.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the minutes as they are. Do we have a second? We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, passes, minutes to be accepted as they are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well, thank you. Sorry I'm late, everybody. It's a long road from Rio Dog. But thank you. I was able to make it. Okay, so we are now at the communications and announcements.
Okay. Yes, and I have communications. I received an invitation from the Mexican consulate. They are having Corazones con Arte, Alegoría del Rebozo at the Instituto Cultural Mexicano at the outlet shops. You know, the Mexican consulate has their second level on Wednesday, June 5th, and it's a book, so it pertains to us. They're, what do you say, it's a book,
Book signing,
book
or-
planning, well, no, it's a book about rebosos,
Mhm.
and the lady Gloria Huerta Rios, that we know from the Laredo Commission of Women, is presenting a lot of rebosos and how to use them, and the book is very outstanding. I bought one copy because it has the history of the rebozo and how it started, you know, the reason they used the rebosos, because when the priests came, the indigenous needed a shawl, and they didn't have one, so they started weaving in indigenous tejer, telares, but with the Spanish design, so it's a very mestizo, it's very rich tradition and culture of the rebozo, and now it's a prenda, you know, that Mexican women use at all times, and they're all prices, and, you know, they're from $10 to $1,000 made from silk, depends. So it's very beautiful, and you can use it in many ways. So she's gonna have a pasarela, 20 ladies modeling rebosos. So it's cultural and educational, and there's a book that she wants the library to buy, hopefully, you know, so.
What date is that?
I will, it's Wednesday, it's next Wednesday, a week from today, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Instituto Cultural, second floor, the outlet shops. And Angie, I sent Angie an invitation, and she wants, you know, the library board, she wants the Laredo Commission for Women, she wants my Pan American Round Table women to go, she wants people to go, so she can, you know, present her book. It's a very beautiful book, well made, well written.
We'll forward it
Yes,
to you.
I'll send it to you.
And I hope to see you there.
June 5th.
Oh, and my poem El Rebozo is there. I have to plug it in. My poema para el rebozo is there. In both English and Spanish.
So Mrs., thank you for that information. We'll go ahead and we'll forward that to everybody. So as a reminder, next week, right?
Mhm.
June
Yes.
5th at 6 to 8 it's at downtown?
Downtown at the outlet
At the
shops.
outlet shops, okay.
Yeah.
I've
Instituto
never been there.
Cultural. You've never been to the outlet shops?
No, never.
It's a good, take your wife. She'll love the
In your
rebozo.
wallet.
In your wallet. Oh, she'll be
Yes,
selling
a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's already a new.
But the ones she has are the, you know, the ones from Santa Maria del Rio, so they start at $100. $100, you know, because they're well made. They're
Well
made,
made.
every
By hand.
rebozo is made by hand. And then she's going to the rapacejo takes weeks to weave,
Yeah,
you know.
that's cool.
It's a cool thing.
All right. Any other communications? or
Yes,
announcements?
I have another, I have a thank you, actually it's gonna be oral, not written. A thank you to Robert and to Rosa Maria that attended the city council recognition for the book on May the 6th. And so thank you all for being there. It was
My pleasure.
very nice, and I appreciate, I know that it's hard, the traffic is horrendous over
No
there.
parking, there was no parking.
Yeah.
And it's just hard to get over there, but I wanna thank you so much. And
Very
you
well.
were in the newspaper as well, when it was, and she brought me a copy, but the picture of everybody that went is down here in the newspaper. So thank you all so much,
Very well.
appreciate
It's a
it.
good event.
Yes, it was, thank you. Okay.
Any other communications and announcements? Okay, we'll head on over to staff reports. The director's update.
Yes, and you do have in your packet the monthly checklists. They are not updated because these were printed yesterday, but as you know, we had a storm last night.
Yeah.
So I have a little update about the rain last night.
That's good.
Currently, Moss has no electricity. Or just,
No electricity since last night.
they have partial, but so we did close, and it was closed all day today. Staff came over here to work. They also went to some of the rec centers because they were open for the people who also lost electricity and had no AC. So it's you know, on a let's see if tomorrow it's up.
On a wait and see basis, until they
Yes.
fix it, until they get restored.
So, yes, so
Restoration of
they
the-
did have a little bit of water seeping in, but that was cleaned right away, so the building is fine. The one that really did get, the bulk of it is on Mice Road.
Yes.
As if you heard of it, I don't know, Mr. Pena, if you got,
Baskin Library.
it's on Mice Road.
I know, but what happened to it?
They did have leaks and there was water, and they do have carpet. So staff went and they extracted the water and we're how do you call it, trying to dry it out. Risk management was there and we're scheduled to have a visit by the insurance adjuster. So hopefully,
Was that one closed too?
no, it was open because it was only certain sections. She just, corded it off and they were open.
But that one had electricity,
Yes.
only the south.
The south did not. The others, we had little leaks in here and there, but I mean, that they weren't, they were reported to risk management and we'll see. Mhm. It was bad.
In that area, in the
Mhm.
Pines Road area,
Mhm.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
No, if you wanna go ahead and look at
Right,
the,
right,
at the checkbook.
She's still running.
I'm still running.
So,
Sorry.
that's what you get for being.
So there was nothing on any of the areas with last night's storm, like debris as far as trees or something?
There was a tree in inner city in the little courtyard that,
Yeah.
that broke off, but we're taking care of that.
No signs or anything?
No, no,
No? Fixtures, light fixtures or anything like that? Or-
mm-mm. No, I didn't get any report of that. Every morning after storm, risk management sends out a link for us to report everything that
Right.
happened.
Right. Yeah, we do the same. Okay. Okay, and any other questions on the updates on the monthly checklist? Well, I don't know if that's here or, I guess it's on the next one, the letter B,
Mhm.
so I guess I'll wait. In case someone has a question
On the checklist.
on the checklist.
As far as staffing, we have 3 positions that are in the works that are gonna be coming aboard pretty soon.
Wow.
One's a custodian, I know that we talked about that.
Tough
For
finding.
the South Branch, a library assistant here and a library assistant part-time in Faskin. So we should have a fully staffed, hopefully for the summer.
Now, on these libraries, I know that, if I remember correctly, how is it with the volumes of books and everything as far as, is it up to date? Is it something that's been?
Yes, that's part of the,
Isn't that something that the libraries have to have?
accreditation. I
Right.
think less than 5% has to be like brand new, or at least 5% has to be new every year.
Right,
So yes, we do keep up with it.
and that is within that 5%?
Mhm, yes.
And if y'all do weeding out of books at
Yes,
all?
we do. Yes, we do. We just
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, they just had a book sale
Okay.
at the end of May, and there's 2 books for sale right here from the
Mhm.
library, yeah.
And those are also donations that we don't add to the
Yes.
collection, but we do
Right.
read.
Yeah, I know some of them that I bought. But yeah, they're doing
All right. Just check.
I was just gonna interject, over in Finley, when I was subbing, the librarian had stacks of books, she was weeding out them.
Mhm.
it.
Then I asked her, well, it's the end of the year, what do you do with them? She says, I'll bring them back and then I'll take them out again. Then I suggested, how about donating to, say, Bethany House?
Mhm.
At one time, I don't know if they
I
still
think they
continue,
do have a little library.
a library there, or Casa Misericordia,
Misericordia.
yeah,
Mhm.
right there, yeah, uh-huh.
The
And I
one,
thought, what about the libraries? Just bring.
Yes, and like I said, if we have like too many copies or they're outdated, we'll sell them. Sometimes we donate them to other organizations.
I know El Cenizo Library is asking for donations. They're back in bad need of books. They badly
Cenizo.
need books.
Should
El
tell them.
Cenizo Library.
I mean, they were just, I
Yes.
took a cup, I said, oh, all right, well.
I know the Rotary had a drive.
It was the next generation.
Yes, the next generation.
So
One of the
serious.
Rotaries, because they asked me, and the Pan American Ladies had a drive to take children's book. So please donate to El Cenizo.
I should
El
suggest,
Cenizo.
yeah.
Tell them
Because each
that.
library has. lots
Yes,
of
because
books.
that's not part of ours, right? It's
No,
just
no, that's a
little,
library, yes.
yeah, a little library, and they are in dire
Is
need
it
of
in
books.
El Cenizo?
In El
Not
Cenizo.
in Rio Ramos.
No, El Cenizo,
I should tell her.
El Cenizo, yeah, to donate them there.
What's the annual cost that the city pumps in to keep you guys within that 5%?
I'd have to check the budget. It's around 300,000.
Yeah, it's significant,
Uh-huh,
and that
it
sounds
is.
about right.
And that's also for book. I can give you an exact amount.
Maybe Dad, for next time?
Yes.
Because I know I have to to keep up to date, I know I have to try to put in like 20,000 from our own budget.
Yes.
And
For books?
For books,
For the library?
for the library.
And the library ordered them?
She orders
How
them
much?
every year. Well, it's 20,000 to keep up to date,
Okay.
and we just weeded out a bunch. That's why I'm asking.
Yes.
Just
We
my
do.
own experiences, because I know I do pump in 10,000 annually, and I was told, no, you need to pump in more than you want to. Wow.
It's always on the principle.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
But that's good that you do.
Yes.
No, I do put in a lot of money in
It used
library.
to be that it was up to the principal how much they would give the
Really?
schools, yeah.
So some principals would,
It depends on it's up to the principal's call. I mean, that's not part of our meeting here, but yeah, it's up to the principal's discretion. We can talk about it later, but yes,
no, it's just
it's
good
up
to
to their
know.
discretion.
It's
But
just
you
good
do,
to
we do
know.
have to keep them updated.
Yeah,
And-
that's why I'm asking about like
Mhm.
how much do you get annually for it, and who determines, I guess, the titles and
The librarians.
the librarians.
Mhm.
But it's good to know, and also maybe the private schools don't have that much money, and maybe some of those books that we are donating from the public schools could also go to some private schools that don't have this kind of money. You know, $20,000, I'm sure they don't have a year, I'm sure. Especially the smaller elementaries.
Yeah.
It'd be good to know.
I saw a lot of Spanish books there too.
No, the private, they don't, you know, not necessarily in Spanish, but
Yeah.
I mean, no,
But I'm surprised to see so many. And no one was taking them. I mean, I
Yeah.
took two, that's all, but
yeah,
there's so many.
Yeah, they weed out a lot every year. Every year, it's a lot of books.
yeah.
Okay. Any other questions on the checklist? If not, we'll move on to recent and upcoming library programs and services.
And I have invited Roxanne Garza to give you a little report on the Poetry Festival, and you do have the booklet in your packet. That's it. This is the last one. Go ahead, Roxanne. I don't know. What do you want? Oh, so you can, I can. If you can, so you can put that in the camera.
And the back.
Yeah, you want me to stand in front of them?
Yes, we'll put the camera.
I don't know, that one I don't know.
Right there?
Yeah, that's fine, yes, I you're fine.
This is the 2024 Laredo Poetry Festival report. We got 718 poems were submitted. And this is including the private schools, which is Blessed Sacrament, Mary Hill, San Agustin, United Day, New Harvest, Christian Academy, and Triumphant. And of course UIC and LISD. And the ones that do judge the poems are they're the librarians from UIC and LISD. And then there's LC. I have about 3 or 5 staff members that check that are judges, and I also have from TAMU. And I also have from Harmony. I do have one of the persons that she's in my committee. She's the one that has a little group to check the poems.
I'm sorry, Roxanne, can you go over that again? Who's the one that's the committee to?
The ones that are part of my committee are from UISD and LISD.
They're here?
Are they here?
Yes.
Oh, okay, they're here, they're no problem.
Yes.
Get this one.
And I have from
Oh,
TAMU.
here they are.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, they're all there, so.
But we all have different
Yes.
roles.
So what happens, once the information, once we have the theme and all that, and we pick a date for it to go live, the librarians from UIC and LISD distribute the information to their campuses, you know, to all the schools. And then I have the persons from from LC and TAMU, they distribute the information to their campuses, like to, you know, from different departments, like the English department, the reading department. They'll try to, you know, have contacts there, and then so they can give the information to the students. And those, the rubric was used for judging. So, like I said, the judges does consist of the LISD, UISD librarians. I have 5 members from like from the LC Library, and I have 2 members from the Harmony, and I have 4 members from TAMU. There were about 110 attendees for the Poetry Festival this year. We always get a lot of, we always get a lot of people coming in for that. Even though sometimes they call me, they're like, "Ma'am, does it matter if I win or not? Can I still go see the poems, hear the poems?" I'm like, "Yes, you can. You're more than welcome to come and see it."
And I'm sure the parents and their family
Yes.
members are very proud of everybody that went.
Yes, there were about 37 schools that participated from LIC. There were like Gallegos, Tarbert, Tracy Martin, McDonald's, Milton, Sanchez Ochoa, Ryan, DDR Heights, Linebacker, Bahia, Zachary, Tobalina, Santo Niño, and Bruni. And then for the middle schools, we had Ciarroa and Memorial. And for high schools, we did have Nixon, Ciarroa, and Garcia Early College. And for UIC, we had Newman, Nye, Malakoff, and Kaysen. For middle school, we have Washington, Clark, United Middle, Los Obispos, and Chopin. And the high schools, we did have United South and LBJ. And of course, the private schools were Blessed Sacrament and United Day. Do you have any questions about the poetry?
Yes, I have a question.
What?
Okay. Out of the 718 poems that were submitted, how many were by adults?
By adults, this year we only had 18.
18?
Mhm.
18 adults, okay. I noticed that you had first, second, and third place.
Mhm.
Last year you had honorable mention. What happened? Why did we not have honorable mention this year?
It just depends on the honorable mentions. I mean, we don't have to have honorable mention. It just depends on the judges.
So nobody, the judges didn't think out of these 18 that there was only a first, second, and third. They
I
did
actually
not-
have to step in because the judges had a lot of, they had different views.
No, I'm just saying, is there always, so you don't always have to have honorable mention,
No.
depending on the quality of the
Yes.
poems, that you
Yes.
might think that honorable mention may be deserved.
Yes.
So this year you didn't think that there were not any
No.
honorable mention, okay. And who decided on that?
Actually, that was,
us.
Tamio.
Oh, Tammy, you?
For the
Said
adults.
no honorable mention.
Oh, tell me.
Tammy, you decided? Who said Tammy, you?
Tamio?
Mm-hmm.
I have Patricia.
Dr. Gonzalez. Patricia, Dr.
And
Patricia Gonzalez.
Sylvia Vargas, but no, we handed them to you and then we let
Yeah,
you.
but that's why, because I had to.
Yeah, we let you, cause I was with them, I had the same, and we let you decide, and then I thought it was your librarians.
Well, they did some, and
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Tammy, you decided
Patricia
no
Gonzalez.
honorable mention.
And Sylvia Vargas.
I was just curious, because last year there were honorable mention, and other years they've
yeah,
always
usually
been.
for the adults, what I've seen, what I have seen, because I've been doing it for a while, sometimes we always get first, second, and third for sure. I don't know, there's been rare occasions where we do get honorable mentions, but usually for the adults, they always give me first, second, and third. Sometimes they
Maybe
don't.
because of the number, no, there were only 18. Then the other, for example, there were 100
So there were more
for group
opportunities.
one,
Yeah,
yes.
and it's kind of, like when there's a small group, it's kind of hard to pick.
Yes.
So that's why, if we had gotten more entries, we probably would have had honorable mentions for that.
I'm telling you, they worked so hard, and I was judge for some, and we work hard and we do the rubrics and we, go one by one and, yeah, the 18.
I'm just curious
Yeah,
how many adults, out of the ones,
See.
so 18 were adults, the rest were all.
Yeah, and then some of the high schools, we do have to classify them as adults because they're over 18.
Oh, okay, so some of these might have been.
High school,
High school kids,
yes.
so might have been less even adults.
Yes.
Yes. So some of them, like the adults usually, because the reason is when they give me all the applications, they put themselves as contact information, not the parents. Because it does say there, if you're
Because
over
they're
18. So those we have to search into adults. So that's why sometimes we might not get honorable mentions.
Got it.
But 718 poems,
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
It's usually
I-
the norm,
yes,
700
yeah,
to 1,000.
Yeah, last year you had 1,000, right?
Yes.
Close to 1,000 or more. So I think it's very commendable.
Yes, and hopefully this
Yes.
year that's coming up, we'll get a lot more, because every year it varies. What I noticed is that it varies, sometimes it seems like very little, and in the following year, it grows a little bit more, and it, you know, I'm hoping it grows more this year, next year that's coming up.
Some people, you know, this year, the elementary, you see, the one, grades 1 and 2 and 3, it was all Best at Sacrament, and some people complained. And they said, well, the poem doesn't say what school, it just happened that those were the best ones. And they said, how come it's only Blessed Sacrament? How come that, well, it had nothing to do with the judges, because we don't see the school it comes from. It doesn't have it.
Because the judges just received the
That
poem,
one,
and
without,
that's it, and they
without
just,
names or anything.
so they don't know who's coming from or what school. I mean, I don't even know what school, I mean, I know the school because I'm checking the paper, but when they get it, it's just the poem, and that's it. They just read the poem, and they like it, pues they do fill it out.
Yeah, well, from a teacher's point of view, you know, so you have so much to cover in your classroom. Sometimes you don't have time to encourage the kids to write a poem, you know, and sometimes you don't have the type of kids who enjoy doing that. Whereas if you have a private school, they have more leeway in their curriculum. You know, they may have after-school programs, they may have something else, they may have parental encouragement. So it's different, public schools and you know, private
That's
schools,
right,
very different.
especially first
Yes.
grade. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why.
That's
Maybe
right.
that's,
So
so that's,
it's, you know, what do they have to do in the classroom?
Right.
Who is
That's-
contributing? You know, what kind of support do you have? So you can never tell. You know, you send out the
It is
information and
Yeah, it is actually in our elementary scope and sequence. So when I would do my groups, I would ask the teachers to put those poems away so that they can be submitted later if they were not working on them at that particular time. Like if they worked on them, let's say in November or January, sometimes I would be able to catch them and say, go ahead and put those away because the festival will come up and we can use those down the line.
yes.
that's true.
But it is in our elementary curriculum.
So United and Independent does have it in the curriculum to write poems in the elementary grades. The thing is that we give them,
It's in the teens,
a
it's not just in United, it's in the teens.
it's in the teeth, so then LISD should have it too.
Every public
So,
school,
Every public school.
because it's in the state.
I never
budget.
taught elementary, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's no.
We should tell
Okay.
every public school in
Okay.
Texas.
Come on. Aquí, mira.
So, no, do you have any more questions, or are you okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Thank you, Roxanne.
All right. Other events that you want to review or?
Yes, you do have also in your packet the voluntary tax assistance, and this is as of April 15th, just for your information. We're still continuing to have it on Mondays, when people still have to file their bringing in their tax returns for past years too.
One of the things I did want to, to know for next meeting is to monitor the effectiveness of the city's initiative to promote things to do in Laredo. You've seen that from Ms., what's her name?
Ms. Zoraida, yes, we're part
Yes.
of that, and I think you have the flyer for the library. They're
Yes.
doing the bookworm 2 weeks for the library.
Yeah, and I'm sure she probably would want to see those numbers too. Like, did participation in like our summer library programs that you offer annually, did it increase compared to the last couple of summers, right? Based on this initiative the city's promoting. I've seen it on KGNS in the morning. I see it in different places, and I think they have a PSA on it, right? So is it going to increase that?
We can compare the last 2 years and then after this summer program to see if it did work.
And I really would like to see that, this is where, I see it as an opportunity. I see it as an opportunity for the library to showcase its talent, to showcase its resources, its amenities, everything in it, right? Because when we went to, the last time we went to the board, to the council, I think they gave something I don't know, Mrs., the one from the Mines Road area, I don't know. Vanessa, yeah, she went ahead and said we could probably get something to the library, you know, and this is where, you know, can showcase what we always talk about, right? The return of investment, the return of investment on the public's dollar, right? And so they can see that and really showcase it at this time. So that's something that you as library director can, you know, let your staff know, hey, when they come in, make sure you promote that, you know, promote that we're here as a library, because that promotes that's that face really of for the public of Laredo, you know, because they really don't go, they just go pay bills at the city, or they go to complain, they get out of city council, or you know, you call up this over here, but the libraries is that different place, right? And that's what you want.
Where we don't ask you for money.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. But you see the return on your money,
Yes.
you know, with all the facilities and everything that's there. So I just wanted to make sure I said that. And going into the summer, it's already going to start. Kids are going to be released, at least from UISD, starting tomorrow, right? And just to showcase the strength of the library, and so that they can continually reinvest in it. I just want to make sure I made that.
Well, just by even showing this little booklet to them.
Right.
If each one of them, and you don't even have to go do a presentation. And I know you put it in their
It's not
packet.
in the Friday packet, there's a link to all of them,
Oh.
but, the Public Information Office sends out the schedule of events on a weekly basis, and she always includes a bunch of our programs.
Now, I was walking into the library here, and I don't know how it is at the other ones, and that, like, is this displayed prominently somewhere where a person can come in and they're coming, let's say they're coming for this event on 10:30 on Monday, movie day, then they say, hey, there's this other teen event, and then there's this other thing going on, you know? Is that somewhere that I would say, I would have the initiative
Like
to
a
say,
directory
put that
or
on there.
something.
Like,
That's
you're
right.
here,
That's
this
right.
is today, this is today's event, these are upcoming summer events.
I'm trying, Inner City has a bulletin board, Moss has it in the windows. They bought some, plastic, insert so they can do that. Faskin has it as soon as you walk in, there's a little
What about
display.
here?
Here, it's right here in front of the circulation. And we have the
Like
flyers.
at the entrance.
Yeah, I think it would be more prominent that as soon as you walk in, bam, this is
Like
what's
at
going,
the-
you're here
the
today,
windows
this is what's
when
going
you
on,
walk
and
in.
this is what's
Because
coming
they're
in.
not gonna come.
Yes.
Because if I take an immediately right turn to the adult teens, like, I'm not gonna see it,
You're
you know?
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so
I
that's
would
why-
like- Yeah, I'd like to see something at the entrance
Sí.
if possible.
Maybe
If
something
possible, we
consistent.
have so many, but we can try.
Right, but, and I think, with that, you'll really see, you know, people will, you'll get that return, will say, hey, I went to the library, and based on what Ms. Negron was promoting, and they had their stuff together. I mean, you do wanna showcase that, and show that out there. Just, maybe, so we'll see, I guess, at the end of the summer, what the numbers say.
Yes, we'll compare it to the previous 2 summers, see
Okay.
if the numbers increase.
Also, wanted to bring something up. That sign that we have at the very entrance outside, it's the book. It's like the L with the book, right? You know which one I'm talking about, the main,
Oh, yes.
Yes,
that
Yeah, it's
says
like a-
library?
Yeah, like
Is
a,
that something that is that for all the libraries? Can that be like somebody create something a little different, more
A logo,
inviting?
you mean.
Yes, it's the L, right, and it has
Yes.
like a book?
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking about?
the universal sign for
Is that the
library, yes.
universal?
Uh-huh.
And that should be, it's out at all the libraries?
Nikki is working on probably still using it, but maybe a new design.
Yes, I was
Yes.
thinking maybe it should be updated a little bit, maybe a little more color, and Nikki could probably do a wonderful job using the same symbol, but maybe adding something to it that's a little more inviting, that when you drive up to the library, you see this beautiful sign inviting you, yes, that
Enhance
come
it.
to the library, you know, it's like showing a little more excitement, because it's just a plain
No, we've
white with blue.
Yes, no, we've been working with Nikki so that we could take it to one of the vendors so that we can recreate it, but that's one of our to-do lists to update it.
Okay, I don't know how you all feel, but I think that it's something that definitely, yes, needs to be, maybe updated.
Well, something with a Laredo twist on it, you know, something like, you know, someone's like an said, this is our library.
Library,
You know.
bilingual book, I don't know, something.
We
that
have a
shows
history of,
little more
you know,
about this.
bicultural literacy, maybe something like that, I don't know, just think off the top of my head.
Well, can we see something that did make Nikki create so we can?
No,
hear it?
she's working on it, so.
Okay. Maybe, for the next meeting or something, we can see something that she created, okay. And I wanna say, I like this one, this Texas A&M,
Yes.
AgriLife, did you see
Yes,
that?
that's what I'm reading right now.
I don't,
Yeah.
yeah, get to the facts about sodium and spices and all that, I wanna, I wanna share something, I'm gonna just do in a nutshell, something very quick, I think this is so important, that we take care of ourselves and listen to our bodies and try to, you know, consider cutting down on sodium. Last week after this, book thing at the city hall, I got a little scared. I went to the doctor the next day and they found that I had 90% blockage in one of my arteries going to my heart. They did an emergency angioplasty that night. And goes back to all of this. And now I'm doing a healthy heart diet and everything, sodium, no sodium, you know, cut on sodium. And when I saw this, I said, wow, this is something that I want to strongly recommend that maybe we can attend and get this information. It's so important for all of us. You know, of course, I'm already over 65, and some of you are younger in here, but still, it's never, I've heard of people with heart attacks at age 30 and, you know, younger. It can happen at any time. And you don't even have, I had no idea I had 90% blockage until he did an exam that showed that, and it was like, quickly take care of it. But all of this helps if we cut down on, you know, do all of these things. So I think this is great.
Yes, and it's only going to be at the inner city library. It's
They
not-
work very closely with Texas A&M AgriLife, and they do have a set audience that goes to their programs.
So it's every Thursday from June to July.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes, I can actually have it. So we can go on Thursday, July the Thursday, so
It's
every
every
Thursday
Thursday.
from 11:30 to 12:30, in other words, okay.
You know, it would have been neat, thinking about that, and seeing how this is only offered at the inner city branches. You know, people promote, Laredo, go to have a pub crawl. You know, a library crawl would have been cool.
Well, actually, that's what Morada's doing.
Is that what she's doing?
Yes.
I just know she, okay, good.
You go to 3 libraries and you take pictures of activities and
Oh,
all
that's
those
good.
things.
And then
And
you
you've
get
done it
some-
before with the story hours.
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
go to a certain number of story hours, you get a little price. We did it when we
So
first
that-
opened
So
after
that's something
the
that I think,
pandemic.
now
Yeah.
you'll be taking plenty of photos and stuff of that to promote the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
The
We'll go
kiddos
over
will.
there.
It's this
Yes.
one, Robert.
Yeah.
awesome, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, we get these 2 weeks, it's the bookworm bonanza, and then they're gonna do rec centers, and then they're gonna do parks. So they're trying
But,
to,
and you'll have those pictures for documentation,
There
right,
you
of the people that showed up.
they submit them, I believe. They submit their photos.
Right, but then you'll have those photos, right?
Norada will, they'll
Oh,
submit
nice.
them to her, yeah.
And then,
And there's another one,
That's
strong
from
body,
people.
yeah.
and healthy carbohydrates, but it's only at the inner city. Why only at the inner city?
That's where they have an audience, we've tried it here,
Oh, and it-
yes, but, I can get Marina's worked with them before. It's just, they like going to the inner city.
Do it here, we
No,
also
we
could have.
have, but it's just that the ladies who do the water aerobics, they
Oh,
do
I
it,
see.
and then they go,
And then
so
they
there's
go
a
there.
set audience.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
You're catering to the city.
No, it's a set audience, we can try with maybe our knitting ladies.
Oh,
And
like,
that's-
in other words, that to the people that already go there.
Yes.
I know the health department has like they have cooking classes, and then they have a walking group that goes to the mall once or twice a week. You know, so they have that program, again, it's a set audience, they register for the cooking classes,
And then they
go.
have,
So it's the people that go to water aerobics and they go to this class.
Mhm. They're also the ones that attend the adult arts and crafts October.
Oh.
And then I came, and they're having it again, the Silent Book Club. We
The
have
silent.
15 people of all ages. We had little people, little people from elementaries, a couple little girls with their moms, and people in their 30s, 40s and up. So we had 15 people, and sitting in the back, and they're gonna have another one this Saturday, so it was very good, it was very successful. The book, sale also had a lot of people, and every time I come, you know, your staff is always so helpful, so polite, so friendly. I have to commend them over and over again. They're just,
Thank you.
you know, everybody that comes
Oh,
in
yeah,
is greeted very friendly
people are
and
always very
gets help. So the Silent Book Club, and they're doing it all over the country, so we're up to date.
Sí.
They have 500 clubs,
Wow. This is
over
the one you
100,000 people,
promoted.
and they're charging many dollars
Wow.
because they're having it at restaurants and hotel salons and stuff. Yes, so a source of income.
Source of income.
So yes, they're doing that. So it was very successful.
Okay. Any other on the recent upcoming library programs and services?
I'm sorry to interrupt, I'm gonna need to take off. But as always, those flyers are awesome and super excited to see all of the programs that are available for our kiddos and for our community as a whole. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Is that allowed?
Yes.
No, it's not allowed.
No, you have to stay.
I'm sorry, I gotta get going.
Thank you,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And some of the other things
Yeah,
that
you
we
come in.
have, we're
You come
using
in.
the library more and more as a community center.
Yes.
In one paper alone, we have the municipal court, holding court of the library. We have free legal clinic at the library, and then people come for those programs, and then they stay and look around and bring
And
the
I think
kids to
city
whatever.
council has some meetings here with their,
Yes.
I was thinking of what,
Yeah.
yeah.
City council?
When
mayor?
they were remodeling
Yeah.
the,
Oh.
and then we do have, every now and then we have planning and zoning, some of the
Yeah.
other.
One time I came and I saw some councilmen and I asked them, is there, what's going on? And they said they're gonna have a meeting, so.
They were upstairs,
They were
yes.
If they come in, maybe they'll stay. Participate in the programs. I mean, if people say, I've never been here before, get to it. you know? So,
Why not? Why haven't you been?
yeah, I was talking to Doris the other day, and several people came in to ask her a question. And then they were like, oh, look at what you have, and she's going, oh. Yes, you know, they just never saw a reason to come. They'll come for passports, people didn't know that was available, so the more that you have programs for them to come. So,
That's why I'm saying maybe having it much more visible,
visibility.
right, when they come in, not not so many feet into the library. Oh, I'm coming for this, but I see this is going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else? We'll move over to C, monthly statistics.
And you do have the dashboard, which is the pretty, and then the actual statistics.
I like it. Very simple.
This is what I send on my Friday pack. It's a lot nicer to look at.
Yes, this was a good idea. It's a quick view. When they say, you say Wi-Fi sessions, does that mean, when they come in and sign up to use a computer? Is that what that-
Or on their devices,
Oh, okay.
mostly it's on their devices, because that's, we have computer use that we count when they check out a computer to use, but.
Now, is that something that's for April, all of the libraries?
All the libraries, yeah.
This is all the libraries, that's right.
So is there, like, by library, where there's a greater use of that than other libraries?
We can check on that, because we get a report from IST because that's one of the statistics that we report to the state.
Yes.
Wi-Fi usage.
Yeah, because that's something that, where I'm going with that question is that that's how we show that the gap that exists and the accessibility, right? And the usage of it will tell you that. And I'm just wondering if in your south branches where you tend to have your schools that have a higher number of eco-disc kids and more, you know, they may have more usage of it at a library because they don't have it at home, you know?
And we also find the computer usage is different. The
Right.
actual sitting down in front of one of our computers is
Right.
different in different libraries.
You find it here, no, aquí está. This is by libraries. You can find it here. Yeah, you can find it here. Your answer to those questions are here.
Moss.
What was your question, Robert?
Like, what is-
area?
The comment, it was more.
Yeah, about the usage of the Wi-Fi sessions.
Oh, the Wi-Fi, so
You know,
here's the
like, is
Wi-Fi.
that an
Oh,
example
It's
of?
here by.
The second page, yes,
So,
under equipment.
Here, so the main library had 4,633. The Bruni, is it Bruni?
Yes.
Had 760. I see inner city 4. I think that's how it's broken up, right?
Fasken.
Okay.
And then the Fasken, FPL is the Fasken.
Baskin.
And the Moss.
Baskin is only 1,000.
Moss has a lot.
Yeah, and see Moss is in the south, right, it's to see Aroa,
See, I know,
so you know,
see.
The high school kids go.
could be, yeah. Especially since, you know, now we give them Chromebooks and stuff, they just have to,
Oh, high school and
just have
they
to
need
show
the
up and
connection.
get the connection, you
Yes.
know?
Is the district still providing modems?
They did that during the.
COVID.
The blacked out portions, does that mean it's zeros, or does that mean they're not, that services aren't offered?
No, for example, the e-collections, it's available to everybody, whether you're at Moss or here, so we just count them in the main. It's
Oh, I
it's
see.
for
So
everybody.
it's for-
Mhm.
okay.
So why is BM blacked out?
The bookmobile.
Oh,
Bookmobile.
oh, is that what it is? Oh, oh, that's what it is, book movie. I was like, yeah, I thought it was a branch.
Maybe also the environment.
So in the summer, when the bookmobile doesn't go to the schools, where does it go?
She's gonna try to go to maybe some of the parks and recs. I know that Mrs. Rodriguez has asked us to go to the Centennial,
Oh,
because
to
they're
the
having.
summer program.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I don't know if she's gotten a hold of Nikki. But, they also use the bookmobile as a cooling center for the Little League, the Pony League. So that's why we're holding off, we don't know when those are gonna be, because Nikki takes it and that's for the
It
kids.
is really nice and cool.
Huh?
It is really nice and cool.
In there.
Right, in the little bus, in the bookmobile.
Oh, yeah, the book movie, oh, I love the book movie. Yeah.
But it's still by request, they would have to request.
It's by request, yes.
And they can go to the schools where there's summer classes.
Yes, that's what
If
I
they
was
request
saying,
it.
yes, if they request. I think Centennial's having a camp, or it's, so that's why.
She's going.
She's going.
She's already being requested for another one.
Anything else on monthly statistics? Okay, and we'll move on to, item number 8, items for discussion and possible action. I think we gotta set a couple of items.
For the next agenda.
The sign,
Mhm.
right, we're gonna get like a
Mock-up,
draft
yeah.
or of the new sign. And also, what else? Showcase of the program?
Showcase of the programs, maybe just to, when you go make a tour, because when you go monthly to the libraries,
Where they're being
is it
showcased.
prominently displayed, is it something that's there? And then, of course, what's the traffic like? Did the summer initiative that Ms. Negrón is promoting in our library, did it increase the numbers, did it not increase?
And I can get that for you maybe at the end of the summer to compare it to the 2 previous summers.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
So the next meeting's for June 26th?
Great.
Usually we skip the July meeting, is that still all right? So Angie can submit the form.
Last year we did cancel, well, didn't have a meeting July 26th, Monday, in July. So no meeting July.
June 26th.
We should do the same thing for the revision.
We can request it, we can always request it, so.
The summer months, so people are traveling.
So many meetings there.
Bring it up with the next.
At the next meeting, of the June meeting.
What happened to those long visits?
And then
They're
August,
long gone.
well, school starts it up again, so we're okay back to,
Then you
yeah,
get
but
it.
July is a good time to.
So we're okay with that with, June 26th, everybody?
June 26th, we're good, okay, and then
Okay.
July, nothing July.
Nothing July.
For sure, yeah, it's already, okay.
For
And
the
so
July,
August, I'm sorry.
for the July 26th agenda, would it be possible to place an item that the president of the Laredo County Bar Association is asking me about grant funds for kiosks to help people persons with legal questions, so they can type in some information, get some information and questions. And I think there's grant funds available that they want to tap into. They just need a place and access to people so that people can go and have access to services.
That would probably be an MOU that needs to go before city council, but I'm all for it.
For the June, you mean the
And
June
the-
26th?
The June 26th. So the right way to do it is first here and then there, first there, then here.
Usually they approach the library, the meet,
Okay.
and then we
So
can
we
work
can
with.
have it as an
Can they
agenda
present?
item, right?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
I can invite them.
That'd be a good idea, present it to us, and then we can give an example of it.
Have it as an
You
agenda
know,
item.
go to city council.
For the
Yeah,
26th.
an agenda item for legal questions. I think it's wonderful. Yeah.
I said that there's funds available.
If there's funds,
and-
why not?
And there's a need.
That'd be great.
People can come and.
That'd be really good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll ask them to be here.
Okay.
I don't know if he's some more.
I don't know what questions, but all are good.
Library Advisory Committee member absences?
None? Everybody was here?
Wow.
Wow.
I made it. Alright, do I have any motions for adjournment?
I so move.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I second.
We have a second, and all those in favor? All those opposed? Ayes have it, meeting is now adjourned at 5.